This is part 1 of a tutorial covering Everglow by Coldplay. My student Maddie is working on this piece, and I thought I'd help her out a little bit. So here goes. Everglow by Coldplay. It has 4 sharps, which means you have F with a sharp, and C with a sharp, and G with the sharp, and D with the sharp. And you also have Siri, I guess.
I'm Siri, your virtual assistant.
So when I look at a song like this, first thing I do is I look at the key signature, so I know which flat keys to play. This song is in E major, which just means that's the scale. Or it could be in C sharp minor. It could be that scale. The way I find out is, if it's in C sharp minor, there will be a bunch of B sharps in this piece, and there aren't really any. There will also be a C sharp chord at the end of it, so because we don't have either of those, it's in E major. That's good to know. Now I know what keys to expect. Next, I look at the chord symbols. So a C sharp minor 7 chord is these notes, and just the triad is this, or these keys. A major, these keys, E major, and G sharp minor, or with a 7, it's this. Those 4 chords will probably come back a lot. The other 4 chords that will come back, C sharp, A, and they have a 6, which just means A, B, C, D, E, F, or F sharp. So it's A major, plus also a 6th higher than A. E, and then B. So C, A, E, B, C sharp minor, A, E, B, those are the 4 chords that will come back over and over and over. So it'd be a good idea to memorize this. C sharp minor, A major, E major, B major. If you can memorize that, you'll be on your way. Now do it in all inversions. C sharp minor, invert, invert, A major, invert, 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 invert. E major, invert, invert, invert. B major, invert, invert, invert. Invert just means to take the note from the left, move it to the right. Okay, now let's play a little bit. Okay, when I'm learning this, I look at the special symbols. Up here on the high B is a dash or tenuto, which means a gentle stress. Play it with your wrist moving like that, so the sound lingers. If you can't play the octave, your hand's too small, then you can play the higher, or you can play the lower. You play the higher, it sounds more gentle or more peaceful. If you play the lower, it sounds a little bit grander. Or, I don't want to use the word epic because it's just an intro. Sounds more of an adventure, okay? So you can choose. If you can't reach both, do higher or lower. Your choice. Alright? Next, let's look at the fingering. This is super important. I have big enough hands, I would do 2, 3, 4. You could do 3, 4, 5, but I trust 2 and 3 more than I trust 3 and 4. Octave, if you can't play both, play the higher one. Little note, called a grace note, play it early. This is really the right hand's playing a B major, with also an E in it. Okay, this rhythm, count it having 2 parts in a beat or having 4 parts in a beat. Do, do, day, do, day, do, to, day, to, do, to, day, to, do, day, do, day, do, day. That was early. First way I learn to count rhythm is by singing. I sing the top, I sing the bottom, I sing just the rhythm. After I can sing it, then I worry about 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, here we go. Here we have a B sus and a B. Whenever you see sus, it means that you have a chord root, the name of the chord B, and you have a fifth away, B, C, D, E, F, and F is a sharp here, and a fourth away, B, C, D, E. And almost always in Western music, a sus will resolve or move down, and in this case it does, B sus to B. Whenever you see a sus, you know it's almost always going to resolve down. So that's a clue. You play E, it'll move to D sharp. Cool. Now the rhythm in this measure is Okay, so here's another B sus. The E goes to D sharp. Let me play the first page again. Try to play the bottom note of the left hand along with me this time, whether it be here or here. Look ahead. G sharp. Oh, they say. Okay. Things that we learn. The key signature first. The chord progression. If the 4 chords happen over and over, which in this song they pretty much do. Then I look for octaves, and if I can't reach certain things, I pick a lower or a higher. Then I try to work on my fingering for different things, and the fingering depends on the shape of your hand, how big it is, how thick your fingers are. Like for me, I have really slim fingers. I can fit between the black keys. Not everyone can do that, so you have to make different choices, right? I memorize the chord inversions, all the different versions of a triad, so I can play any of them. Okay? I memorize that little notes, grace notes, come early, and then if there's a tricky rhythm that I can't figure out by looking at it, then I first listen to it until I can sing it. Then I'll try to play it. Okay? After that, pedaling, I generally pedal each time the left hand plays a new chord. What else? Oh, here's one more cool thing. When you have a sus chord, play with more sound. And then when it resolves to the regular chord, play with less sound. So the B sus, play with more sound and the B with less sound. B sus. Like that. So that's the first part of Everglow. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful and if you need me to cover anything else in part 2. Cheers!